We are live, and today's guest is Lincoln Lincoln S Kokaram. What does the S stand for?
Steve.
All right.
My father's name was Stephen, and everybody called him Steve. So they named me after my father. My middle name.
Well, that's great. I mean, I think you're ready to go. You've got a red shirt on. You've got your coffee pumping. I mean, let's just go ahead and jump right in and tell me about, I mean, it's an interesting URL you have. I found hisbusinesspartners.com. What does that mean?
Well, Mitch, I am a believer, and I'm a Christian man.
Okay.
And I want to be like Jesus. That's what a Christian is all about.
Okay.
And he told, can't you see I'm about my father's business? So that's what I'm about. His business, referring to the business of the Lord. And his instructions to us is to serve one another, to love your neighbor as yourself. Whatever I can do to love my neighbor and to help people, that's what I do.
Well, that's very good. I mean, so how were you born a Christian? Or is this something that came later?
That's a good question. I was baptized as a baby. I grew up in the church, went to Sunday school and all that, but I did not become a Christian until I came to the United States of America at age 35. I knew,
wow.
Mitch, I knew a lot about Jesus. I could talk the talk, but I did not have a relationship with him. Nobody told me I could have a relationship with him until I came here. And my mentor, Reverend James Bland, had that talk with me and asked me the question, what do you really believe? Do you believe that without a doubt that when you die, you're going to go to heaven? Nobody had ever asked me that. All my years in growing up in the church, I was the president of the youth group. I was the chairman of the local board. I was a lay preacher. I could talk the talk. But I knew about him. I did not have a one-on-one relationship with him until I had that road to Damascus experience. So now it's all him and not me. And it's amazing. It's so amazing.
Where were you born?
I was born in Trinidad and Tobago. You know where that is, Mitch?
I have not been there. I know roughly where it is, but I haven't been there.
But everybody knows South America. Everybody knows Venezuela.
Sure.
Trinidad and Tobago is the last island in the Caribbean chain, and it's 6 miles northeast of the peninsula in Venezuela.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been there. I've been on many cruises in the Caribbean, and that's one country that I haven't stopped in yet is Trinidad.
Okay.
Yeah.
You will like it. You will like it.
Well, I like you. You seem like a nice man, so I guess I'll have to visit and see where you come from.
Thank you.
So how would your friends describe you?
Good question. I really believe it's not what you say about yourself that matters, or even what you think about yourself that matters. It's what people say about you. And that's why when I always seek feedback in what I do, and when people want to go to my website, I tell them, go to the testimonies page first. What people will say about me, that I'm passionate about what I do. That I'm a loving person, I'm a caring person, I'm a generous person, I'm a man of integrity. I'm a leader. I get things done. I keep my word. I get things done. Those are some of the things they would say about me. One guy once told me, this introduced me as a world-class speaker. And I've been all over the world except Africa. So he was kind of accurate about that. Yeah. So that's what I think people will say about me.
Okay. And what is your greatest accomplishment, would you say?
The next one, Mitch. No, I'm only kidding with you, man. My greatest accomplishment would be my family, my children, my wife, my grandchildren. I mean, what's more precious and valuable than my children and my grandchildren and my wife? That's why I exist. That's why they are, after Jesus, after the Lord, they are second. only to him. That I would say is my greatest achievement.
And
And
how many kids do you have?
I have 5.
Wow.
Four boys and 1 girl. They're not kids anymore. The youngest is 31. The oldest is 49. Wow, we're gonna be 50 this next year.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to have a big party celebration. Yeah.
Well, that's big. Well, congratulations. 5 kids that are healthy.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is certainly a great accomplishment.
And I refer to them as my jewels.
Well, awesome. So
they're all a gift. They're all a gift to me. I didn't sit down one day and say, okay, I'm going to have 5 kids. No, they're all a gift to me. And I receive them. I cherish them. I love them to death.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you started out in life, in business, or as a preacher, and you had your let's say your professional involvement, what do you wish you had known when you started out?
Good question. I wish when I first started out that I knew my full capabilities.
Wow, what an answer. What an answer.
My full capabilities, that I can do anything that I am empowered to do, that I am equipped to do. I wish, a lot of people I meet, they put limits on their own performance.
Sure.
And that was me. I doubted myself. I'm a skinny guy. Most people refer to me underweight, and I was ashamed of walking around in shorts because I have chicken legs.
Right.
Until I came to that realization. It's not how you look, it's how you perform. Mitch, it's not how you look, it's how you perform. I did not try out for the high school soccer team because I didn't want the girls to see me in these shorts, But then when I came to that realization and I went to college, I walked on the team and I made the team as a starter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's that mindset, that just changing your personal perception of yourself.
Did you get more muscular legs?
No, but what I did, Mitch, is I trained myself to kick with both feet. And that gave me a big advantage over most of the other guys on the team who could only kick if they're right-handed, they could only kick with their right foot. If they're left-handed, their left foot. But I learned to kick with both feet. And the coaches recognized that. And it was awesome.
Wow. Well, congratulations. You taught yourself to be unique, and that's what you did in order to stand out, because it's all about being unique in the marketplace. And you earned it. You did this on the soccer field, and you probably carried that over into your personal life. Or in your,
yes, sir. Yes. Perfect. Yes.
Great. So what are you curious about right now? What's going on in the world or in your personal life?
What am I curious? That's a really interesting question. What am I curious about? I'm always curious about what's the next thing for me to do. What's the next challenge? Okay. What's the next big thing? Who is going to be my next client? Who is going to be my next audience? Who? When will I write my next book? These are some of the things that I'm curious about. And as I get into the twilight years of my life, how many more years do I have here? How many more years? I don't dwell on that too much, but it comes up now and again. How many more years do I have to perform, to glorify, to serve, to help people? I'm very curious about that sometimes. Those are some of the things that I'm curious about, Mitch.
Okay, and tell me something that you would deem as a failure.
Well, Mitch, don't get shocked. Don't jump out of your pants, okay? I've been divorced 4 times. So I would say the world will look upon me as a failure in marriage.
Wow, no, I would say that's courageous. to do it full
Well,
time. Are you
I
divorced
believe
now?
that's the thing. I believe in family and in marriage. I believe, in fact, my current wife, Mitch, we've been married for 30, 35 years.
So let
But,
me ask that. That's really curious. So you were married 4 times before your current wife and divorced 4 times.
let me tell you the full story.
Please.
My current wife and I were married in 1986.
Okay.
In 2003, after 17 years, when I was in a downturn, I was out of work kind of deal, she turned to me and she said, I want a divorce. It was like a ton of bricks that just hit me. I was not expecting that because at that stage I was more matured and I was more committed and I was more made a vow till death do us part, for better or for worse. So I asked her, did you pray about that? And she said yes. And I didn't ask her because I've learned when to keep my mouth shut. I didn't ask her, but I thought it, which God you prayed to? Because the God of the Bible does not believe in divorce. Anyway, cut a long story short, I couldn't fight it, I couldn't stop it, I couldn't prevent it. We got divorced. But here's the blessing and the divine intervention, Mitch. That was 2003. In September of 2008, we got remarried.
Wow. Do you have children with her or no? Or were they from your
Two
other?
boys, two boys, the two youngest.
Okay.
The two youngest. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and because I realized I got to play my role to the fullest, and I can't depend on other people. Because the more I depend on other people, the more I get disappointed. So
Okay.
when you have zero expectations and they do surprise you, it's more fun, it's more joy, it's more appreciative. So I've learned to be a giver. I've learned to be a giver. I've learned to love people like Jesus loved me. I'm a sinner, I'm a wretch, but he still loved me. He still died on the cross for me. And that's how I want to learn to love people. And it's
Okay.
working. It's
That's
working.
great. So
Yeah.
you divorced this wife. So that was one, but you had 3 wives before that.
2 before.
Oh, two.
Because remember this, the last one we were married twice.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, then that's life. Here's my favorite question I'm going to ask you. Let me ask first. Are you a man of history?
History?
Yes. Do you like history? U.S. history or American history, world history?
Well, I wouldn't say I like it. I like to be in the present.
Okay. But if you could have coffee with any historical figure, this could be anywhere in the world,
Yeah.
who would you choose? And this person is now in the afterlife.
I would choose Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
Now,
Smart
not
choice.
only because I'm named after him, but I admire that guy. I believe in his way and most of his quotations kind of deal. In fact, I have a daily devotion named Lincoln's Devotion that I use every day. And that his most famous quote that I resonate with is, if I had to cut a log, I had an hour, I would spend 50 minutes sharpening my axe. Too many people don't stop and sharpen their axe.
Right.
Yeah. So I would say Abe Lincoln.
Okay.
And then, we have traveled similar. He never gave up. Think about he lost the elections how many times? At least 7 times.
And he kept
But
going.
he never gave up. He never gave up. That too many people are giving up on their dreams, on their aspirations too early. Too early. Abe did not give up. And he became one of the best, most loved, respected, most quoted presidents of the United States. That's the guy I would like to have coffee with.
Okay, great. And who's been your most important professional mentor?
Reverend Dr. James Bland. He is the guy who asked me the question. And
Okay.
I was led to that man. That was another divine intervention. I will
Okay.
never forget how I met him. Yeah. And we've been in touch ever since. He's the kind of go-to guy when I need a question. I can be totally transparent with. I can ask him, and he always has some good advice for me.
Okay. But if you could go back to living in your home country of Trinidad at one time and you're
Yeah.
18 years old,
Mm-hmm.
what piece of advice would you tell a young Lincoln?
Well, but I would tell him, listen to your mother. Listen to your
Okay.
mother. She is smarter than you. Because, Mitch, you know what? Now I quote my mom a lot. Everything that woman told me has come to pass. Every single thing she told me has come to pass. Yeah, God bless her. I feel so blessed that Jessie was my mother.
Okay.
She has taught me so much. And one of the most famous things she told me that really I live up to today, she said, son, and I'm telling you exactly how she told me, son, aim for the skies. If you aim for the skies and you miss, you're going to fall on the clouds. And that's a fluffy, soft landing. That's okay. If you aim for the clouds and you miss, you're going to fall on the mountaintops. And that's going to hurt you. It's going to bruise you up. You might even break a bone or two. If you aim for the mountaintop, son, and you miss, you're going to fall on the ground. You're going to die. They're going to scrape you off the ground. And since then, I've always aimed for the skies. And it's amazing. It's amazing. Aim for the skies, people. Aim for the skies. Be the best you that you can be, that you were designed to be. Don't settle for okay. With all due respect to the guys who wrote that book in the 80s, I'm okay, you okay? Mitch,
Yes.
you're not okay. I'm not okay. God does not make okay, he made great. We are all great.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that metaphor of aim for the skies.
Aim
I
for the
love that.
skies.
I
Yeah,
am
and
going to.
I have so much evidence of how that has worked in my life.
I love it. That sounds great. You're still a man of goals. I believe you still have goals in front of you, or you wouldn't be on this podcast today. Because people of, let's say, that are looking for the swan song or looking for the exit plan aren't looking forward. But I still believe you're looking forward.
Of
And
course.
like if you have your goals in front of you, tell us what's your plan to achieve these goals, and you can share them if you want.
Well, my next goal that I'm working on is to write my next book.
Okay.
I have the title, I have the outline, and growing up most of my adult life in the education system, look at how the education system, and I'm so sorry that I've been a part of it because I've failed some of my students in that the education system is so focused on academics. And the intention of education is to prepare the kids for life. How many life skills are taught in school? How many people skills are taught in school? How to resolve conflicts, how to manage their emotions. I didn't learn that in school, in a classroom. I learned it by trial and error and from mentors, and from and reading books after I finished my formal education. So this is another word I made up. It's called, and look out for the book, it's coming maybe by the end of the year, People-demics.
People-demics, okay.
Instead of academics, people-demics. Because look at what our life is made up of, being among people. Without people, we would have nothing, no reason. Every invention that's been invented is for the benefit of people. Your food is for people. You go to think about, you go to church, there's no people in there. What's going on? You're on the street in the soup. If you get up one morning and you look outside and you can't see no people, you would think something is wrong. but you don't say good morning to your neighbors. People, treat people, recognize people, acknowledge the presence of another. These are fellow human beings. You know, society has become so nuclear. I go out of my way to make sure I acknowledge the presence of another human being who comes into my space. If
That's
it's a
awesome.
smile, if it's a nod, if it's a how are you, good morning. Oh, that's a beautiful dress you're wearing today. I like that color of your hair. You know, any opportunity to recognize somebody, to compliment somebody, to help somebody to make feel good about themselves. Let's do it, man. Let's make this world a better place.
And when you have a challenge, how have you historically overcome this challenge when life throws it at you? Let's just say a test.
Yeah, when life threw the test at me, I learned a lesson, Mitch, from I don't know, maybe you're old enough to remember before Google Maps on your iPhone, the TomTom. Did you ever have
Thomas Register?
The TomTom? It was a direction thing that you put the address in and it will give you directions for where you want to go.
Yes.
TomTom.
Okay.
So I had this TomTom, and I was driving from Atlanta to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was going there the first time. So I put the address in where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going. Isn't it amazing how we trust this technology? And the lady had a nice, pleasant voice. And I'm driving up. She said, take I-85, head north. And then she said, exit 69. I don't know. I exit 69. Come to find out, Mitch, exit 69 was a loop. It goes all the way around and comes right back on 85.
Oh,
okay.
Boy.
I didn't know. The next time I'm going, I put it in again. And she said, exit 69. I remember. So I said, okay, I'm going to go straight. And I'm heading straight. And now I'm listening. And I'm thinking, these are the thoughts going through my mind. Let me hear what she's going to tell me now. She might say something like, Lincoln, didn't you hear me? I told you to exit 69. What's the matter with you? You think you're smarter than me? You told me where you want to go. I'm taking you where you want to go. And why didn't you not do what I tell you to do? No. She said, recalculating. Mitch, what a life lesson. I made myself a sign when I go back to my office. Less reacting, more recalculating. Because when we react, we do stupid. We say things we regret. We need to learn to hit that pause button. So when I'm faced with a trial or a test, I hit that pause button. And first thing I do is I pray about it. Guide me. You are my counselor. Guide me. How would you have me respond to this situation or to this person? And wait. That's the hardest thing for me to do personally, to wait. But I have learned when I wait, it's amazing how things just work out. I work out and always look for the silver lining. Find what we look for, Mitch. Look for it, you're going to find it. We find what we look for.
I like it. I like it. That is a great story. You're full of little anecdotes, I've noticed. I like this about you. Yeah.
It's true to life. I'm not making these things up.
Now, tell me, what's one question you wish I had asked you, and how would you have answered? What can I do in order to serve you in this way?
I wish you would ask me, what keeps you going?
What keeps you going? Because you're a young man. I know that. You got to keep going.
Yeah, thank you. What keeps you going? And I would answer my faith.
Okay.
My faith, my trust, and the fact that I know my calling. And I know and believe I'm equipped to satisfy that calling. That keeps me going. That every time I think about it's time, something comes up and a new opportunity comes up and it's, okay, you're not done with me yet. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Okay. And how can I support you with hisbusinesspartners.com?
Well, you already supported me by inviting me to be your guest, by asking me some really cool questions, by sharing with me, by acknowledging, me, and share with your network.
What
So
does I would be happy to do so. Tell us about hisbusinesspartners.com.
okay, his business, my two main focus in his business partner, well, the mission of his business partners is to help as many people as possible to be the best that they were designed to be. Too
Okay.
many people are settling for okay, checking in, checking out. That's my personal mission, to help as many people. So I do one-on-one coaching. Now here is the thing, and some coaches might get upset with me for saying this, but this is just me. On my website, you will see there's coach on demand. Most professional coaches they want to recommend you people sign up people for a package and charge them thousands of dollars kind of deal and make sure it's a 3-month package or a 6-month package. But Mitch, I don't know what this person needs. I don't know if they need a 6-month package. They might just need 1/2 an hour with me or 1 hour with me, and the light bulbs go out. So I don't want to tie people down. And then the fee. What if the person can't afford it now? So my way, coach on demand, meaning you tell me how much time you want to spend with me. You tell me what you can afford. I will fix it for you. I will make it. I work with people's budget. It's not about the fee. I get so much more satisfaction to seeing somebody's eyes pop and a smile on their face, and now they have a plan, and they can hold themselves accountable. Because when you teach people, that what's his name, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man how to fish, you feed him for life.
Yes.
That's it. That's what it's all about. I do social and emotional intelligence. I'm certified in the profile. That's today. Look at what's happening today, Mitch. You see on the news over 2,900 fights on airplanes. Come on, man. Why do people behave like that? Because they lose control of their emotions.
Yes, they do.
And they have not been coached and trained to manage their emotions. That's what I do. Help people to manage your emotions, to be aware of your triggers. What make you happy? What make you sad? What make you angry? What cause anxiety? Because when you know what it is, now you can manage it. And it takes self-management. And it's not only for yourself, but for others also, because you have to interact with people. You're going to interact with people, so to be aware of the people around you, to recognize when, and you met people like that. I'm sure you may be somebody like that too. You're talking to somebody on the phone, and by their tone of voice, you know something is not right, and you say, "Are you okay?" And people say, "Yeah, I'm okay." No. Tell me the truth. Are you okay? What's going on? What's really going on? Care, empathy, empathize with other people, and then relationships. Manage our relationships, because in the world right now, you and I are having a relationship.
Yes, we do.
We're communicating, we're making eye contact, we're having a relationship. We have so many different levels. The relationship with me and my family is a special, intimate relationship. Relationship with me and my clients is another relationship. Relationship with my neighbors is another relationship. When I'm driving on the highway, the people who are driving next to me, it's a relationship. We got to be aware what they're going to do. I'm in the supermarket and the people are walking by. It's a relationship. I reach the cash register and the cashier is there. That's a relationship, an opportunity to touch somebody.
Sure.
Management, great relationships don't just happen. It takes management.
Okay.
So those are the two main things that I'm doing right now, focusing on with passion and social emotional intelligence. We need it. We need
Got it. It's great.
Yeah.
How's your experience been on the show today?
What experience. This was great. This was fun. I enjoyed every moment of it. Thanks for making it so smooth and transparent. And this was fun, Mitch. You did a great job.
Well, you've given me a couple things I've written down: aim for the skies and everything that follows from there, and managing the emotion, and also having a, interesting about the consulting part, because people know what the normal rates are when they hire a coach or a consultant to walk them through in the package. You let people determine how much they want to invest in themselves by investing in you. Great takeaway.
Oh,
That's
definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
And I have basic costs. As long as I can, take care of my costs, I'm good. Yeah.
What would you say is your final word? How would you like to give your final thoughts today?
My final thoughts. I would like everybody who's listening to you, who's looking at us, to know they are one of a kind. In the world, if you Google the world's population, it will come up to 7.9 billion people. Well, I am sure, I would bet on it, I'm not a gambling man, I would bet on it that there are at least 1 million they haven't counted. So we can round it up to 8 billion. And I would like everybody to know, of the 8 billion people in the world, there is only one Mitch Carson and only one Lincoln Kokaram. That makes you so unique. So one of a kind. You, people, you, Mitch, you are the star in the movie of your life. Make every day an Oscar-winning performance. It's about performance. Stop working, start performing. Amen. I'm done.
I love it. Thank you very much for your contribution today. It's not just an interview. You really contributed to my spirit, and I think to the spirit of the listeners that will listen to this, that some have been online live, and they will listen when I upload this whole edited broadcast. And I thank you for your time today.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you.